We finished number 1 in class. Number 2 says you want to save money for Xbox One. You already saved $80. Let's save, should be in a D there, but sorry, typo. And you are able to save $50, $8.50 each week. So that's important. Now each should automatically trigger a word. Each week means times the number of week each week, because we're adding one itself over and over again depending on how many weeks. So it's times the number of weeks. 850 times each week times the number of weeks. That's what it means. So we're going to put parentheses there for times. Put there. Okay. Write an equation using T. So write an equation is basically a direct order for you from using T for total amount saved, should have been a D there, and write W for the numbers of weeks to find how long it would take for you to save for an Xbox One. Okay, they didn't ask you anything but to write an equation here on how much you'd save for Xbox One. So you have saved $80, so start out with $80. And typically means plus in a word problem, especially when it relates to money. You're able to save $8.50 each week. So each means times the number of weeks. Write an equation using T for total save. So it equals to T for total save and W for the numbers weeks. So we use correctly the variable W. And because it's 8 times W, it could just be 8W like that. Okay, number 3. Twin brothers Mike and Mark are looking for a week-long winter break job. They are both offered jobs at grocery store. Michael offered a job with fresh food, making $10 per hour. Okay, so $10 per hour, Michael's job. Okay, Mark is offered a job at the Groovy Groceries, making $8 an hour. Okay, so per means times the number of hours. $8 an hour means same thing as each hour or per hour. So this also means times. Okay, let's change this color so we can see the difference between the two people. $8 an hour, because this is Mark. Plus, there's a plus, a one-time hiring bonus of $100. So Mark is offered an additional $100. Each twin believed that he had been offered the better job. Write an equation for each twin. Use T for total amount earned and H for the number of hours worked. Alright, so we got for each twin, they want you to write an equation for each twin. So Mike, we need to write an equation for Mike. His job offers $10 per hour, each for the number of hours. Okay, 10H then, it's from Mike, equals to the total amount equals to T. Now if some of you wrote T equals to 10H, it's the same thing. It means the same. Okay. Mark, let's see, here it goes. Mark is offered a job at the Groovy Grocery making $8 an hour. 8 times the number of hour, so that's 8H, plus a one hiring of $100. Okay, each twin believe, okay, that an equation, we make it equal to T, or we can write T equals to 8H plus 100. Okay? These are the two equations for the twins. Suppose your family is going to buy new air conditioning. Silly brand costs, okay, Silly brand cost $1,950 to buy, and typically means plus in math when it comes to money, $6 a month. A is the same as each month, so that means times 60 times the number of months to operate. A more expensive brand, costs $2,600 to buy, but only $50 a month to operate. So okay, this one is silly. I'm going to use a different color for I'm going to use purple. Costs this much to buy, but only $50 to operate. So another with $50 a month. So it's cheaper monthly because it's a better air conditioning. Okay, so silly costs $2,600. Well, what else does it say? I'm sorry, I forgot. Let M represents time in month. Let M represent times in month. So for every month we see, we write M. Remember, A means times, same thing as each. And E represents the total monthly expenses. So, let's see, silly is $1,950 cost and $60 a month, so M for month, to operate. You add those two together, depending on how many months there are, you get the money of, of monthly expense, E for expense. Now for it cost the family $2,600, but only $50 a month to operate altogether for all the expenses. So that's how you write it. You can also write this as E equals 60M plus 90/50, or 90 plus 90/50 plus 60M, whichever way. This is E equals to 50M plus 260, like that. Ernesta earned $600 a week plus $18 for each hour of overtime. Okay, each means times the number of week, plus $18 for each hour. So each means time times the number of hour overtime. Okay. So 18 is important and 600 is important. Samuel earns $240 each week. Each means times the number of week, plus $30 for each hour of overtime. Okay, plus the number of hour, each hour of overtime means time. Write an equation. Question is, write an equation. Okay. Oh, this one, write an equation also. I'm skipping all the question. I'm sorry, you guys. You should circle, though. For homework, you should circle the question. Write an equation to represent Ernesto and another equation for Samuel. Okay. For Samuel's total weekly salary, so total weekly salary, S. So total week, we're wanting weekly salary, so therefore I'm going to cross out each week because we don't need that because it's already, answer's going to be in weeks. And T for hours of overtime. So that gives me 600 plus $18 each hour of overtime, so times T per hour of overtime. That is equal to Ernesto's salary. Now, Samuel's salary is, for each week, earns $200 each week, so that's 200 plus 30 hours of overtime for each hour of overtime. So T for hours of overtime. That's how you write that. And then we did number 6 at school. So we are done.